He said, we're playing $20,000 Nassau with one automatic press, meaning you could lose 5 bets. And he said, you can have a piece of it if you want. Well, I had $2,500 to my name. I said, I'm going to bet $500 Nassau on you. He said, you got it. So the next day we drive out to Las Vegas Country Club. And certain, as you all know, the guy he played was Doyle Brunson. So they're warming up in the putting green, and they go, and I'd never met Doyle. Now at the time he was the reigning World Series of Poker champion, you know, but you know, I'd never seen him play golf, and I just couldn't believe, just looking at him, he had any chance in the world to possibly beat Danny playing golf. So they tee off on number 1. Both of them hit good shots. I mean, Danny hits a perfect drive right down the middle of the fairway, and Doyle hits a tee shot that went about as high as this box right here. It's a low line drive down the middle, you know. And now we drive up over the hill. Now I see one ball is about 50 yards in front of the other one. And I said, if this is Danny's ball that's behind, I said, I'm screwed here. And sure enough, it was Doyle's ball that was about 50 yards out in front. Now, Las Vegas Country Club, the fairways are like greens, the balls roll forever. And Doyle's got that low, long running drive. And Doyle Brunson shot 72 from the back tees at Las Vegas Country Club. The first day I ever saw the guy in my lifetime that I met him. I hated him so bad, you have no idea. Because we lost 4 bets. I lost $2,000 of my money to Doyle that day, but we became good friends after that. And but there's a few guys here in the room that are going to tell some stories about after Danny and Chip got to Las Vegas. But the truth is, many of you don't really know Danny from, you know, until you've seen him recently, until you saw Danny back in the 70s, back in his heyday. And I mean heyday. He dominated 30-60 poker like nobody in the history of the world. I like to bet of the top 20 all-time 30-60 wins in Las Vegas history. I'd like to make a big bet Danny Robison has at least 15 of those. You know, Eric just told me he won $80,000 a month playing 30-60 poker. Now think about that. I mean, it's unbelievable how many, but you know, they were all, you know, he got coked up, he got on drugs. I can remember one of the next times I went to stay with Danny in Las Vegas. I'm walking out and I'm walking through the rec room, and on the bar, you know, it looked like a big pile of sugar was on the bar, you know. And I'm so naive with drugs, I didn't have any idea what it was. I said, Danny, I said, you got a mess on your bar, what's this? He said, oh, that's cocaine. I said, cocaine? I said, you got to be kidding me. And we grew up, we never had a drink, we never smoked a cigarette, we never did any drugs, and I'm shocked that there's cocaine in Danny Robinson's house. I couldn't believe it. I said, are you out of your mind? Cocaine? I said, what are you doing with that stuff? And I'll never forget the words he said to me. He said, Mike, he said, cocaine's a rich man's habit, and I'm a rich man. And I never forgot those words. And I knew right then, you know, and I knew from that point on, you know, that Danny could have serious troubles. And as we all know, he did get into serious drug troubles. And, you know, fortunately, he reached as low as you could get. Went back to the halfway house in Hamilton, Ohio, and fortunately, you know, found religion. So for Danny, you know, to find God because of his bad habits, you know, paid a benefit for him, and he obviously got to meet his beautiful wife, Mindy, and they had a very nice life. But religion became his passion then. He came back to Las Vegas originally not even to play poker, just to try to spread the word among poker players, and did that for several years before he even started back playing again. That was after he'd been back in Dayton for a few years. But you know, it so saddens me when I see guys like Danny and Stu Unger, the true, I mean the most talented, true legends of the poker world, and you just wonder, had they not got into the drugs, you know, how successful would they have been? How much fame would they have gotten in the poker world, you know, with their kind of talent? And it just really is sort of shocking. And to me personally, you know, I'm still befuddled and puzzled, and if you'd said 30 or 35 years ago, you know, it would have been 1,000,000 to 1 shot that I would have made the Poker Hall of Fame before Danny Robison. So Danny, you'll always be in my Hall of Fame. Rest in peace.